Hey guys, so people have been asking me what color line this is. So this is called Colorly. Okay, now I'm just going to show it to you. Okay, and then it shows you about the company. It shows you the color wheel. And then the back just gives you a whole bunch of understanding about the book. Now I'm going to open it just to show you. Okay, this is the whole color line. It's so good. Why? Because every single color shows you, well, first you got your, to check people's hair, right? And we're gonna check today mannequin head so you can see how do you find the level that somebody's at. There's 4 most important questions that you need to ask when you're doing color. Where are you? What's your base color right now naturally? Where do you wanna go? And how are you gonna get there, right? Are you depositing or are you lifting? So super important questions. Are you enhancing or are you gonna make it richer and deeper? So you wanna think about those questions so that this way you know how to be an expert colorist. So this is probably about the 3rd or 4th, maybe even the 5th one that I did, because I just wanna keep like being real about hair, right? It's like, I wanna give you scenarios and I wanna imprint how important it is to understand the foundation of color, right? This color wheel is the rainbow. And why is the rainbow so important? Let me just show you this. This is my little granddaughters, right? I love the rainbow. Now, how could you remember the rainbow? Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, right? Roy, R. O is orange, yellow is Y. And then G is green, B is blue, I is indigo, and V is violet. So they're just missing the little kind of darkish blue and then purple. But it's so cool how that has so much to do with color. Us using color. Listen, you might not think it does, but it really does. So that's why we are going to definitely go into this today. But I just want to share more with you about this color line. This is important because here's the tones. You know, I love in my salon to do cheat sheets to make sure that I write down what is in each number when you're looking at a tube of color, right? So the level is always first, which is this part. So you'll either, right now I'm between a 6 and a 7. I'm probably more at a 6. Well, I have a lot of gray now too. So actually you'd have to look here. How much gray do I have? I have probably a good 75%, in between 50 and 75%. So that's, you have to take that into consideration, and it shows you here how much you need to mix when you're doing gray coverage. It's right here. This book is excellent. Here it is. All right, so they're telling you if you have 50% gray, then you're gonna mix 50% of neutral, and there's certain ones that you can mix. So you could always mix a neutral and anything with gold, because gold always covers and fills. Gold is so good to always add just a tiny bit into your formulas, even if you wanna be a cool blonde, because gold is a great filler. It fills the cuticle of the hair. And it will always take that color, you'll cover 100%. Okay, so that's why I love to make sure that I do these cheat sheets, and I want to show you where it is on the color line that you can make your own cheat sheet. Okay, it is right here. See that right there? So what would you do? You'd write down the line that it is, Colorly. You could use black, you could use whatever color. I'm just gonna use orange. All right, and then I'm gonna say like 0 is always neutral, okay? And then so you write down a whole thing over here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then they have a designer series. See that on the bottom? So you really wanna look at that so that you know what colors they are. And that would be 8, 1, and 8, 6, and that's a point. Okay, good. So now I want you to look down here. Now they kind of do it a little bit different. So what they do is the number is over here of what is in the colors. So they really kind of make names for the colors. That's what Shiji-Q does too. They actually have numbers, but they have names for the numbers to make it like a chocolate brown or an espresso brown or a caramel brown, right? So you want to know, how do you read the color chart that you have, no matter what color it is? I want you to become an expert colorist, no matter what color line you're using. Do you understand? That is the goal. You need to understand color as a whole, no matter if you use Goldwell, if you use Wella, if you're going to use Mask or Tuto, or you're going to use, what else? Colorly. Like, there's so many different color lines, but you need to just know how to do color, no matter what color line you use. So that's why I'm so adamant about helping you understand the theory and the wisdom of color, and why you need to know red, blue, and red, blue, and yellow, right? Strawberries, blueberries, and bananas is a great way to memorize the 3 primary colors, that everything from those 3 colors give you everything else. So look at here on the bottom. It shows you right here how much of those 3 colors will give you the other colors throughout our whole entire color chart. Isn't that absolutely amazing? I mean, it's crazy that like 3 colors can give you all of that. Now I'm going to show you this. This is the natural color contributor. Now, where is that on here? That's also like, see this brass underneath here is what lies on each level. Okay, that's hidden underneath. These are called pigments. So it shows you here the different natural color contributors. So when you go down to a 1, it's blue. When you're down to a 2, it's blue violet. 3 is a violet. And then you got red violet. And then you have red rosso, and whatever, they just name them, whatever they want to name them. So I want you to understand that. And then of course here is your levels, right? So if I'm a level 6 or 7, I'm right here. I'm a dark blonde, right? And right here would be my 6. Okay, and then what's underneath that? Look underneath that, right here between a 6 and a 7. That would be brass, you know? So you need to take that into consideration when you're mixing a formula. So I want you to become such an expert at formulation that you can color anyone and everyone's hair, give them 100% coverage of gray, and or if you want to change their color, right? So this is just a great book. I love this book. I love it so much. It really explains everything, but not everybody likes to read it. And I wanted to show you this one too. It's just good that they have you set up for everything. And once you understand, so this is kind of like, you can play music and play a guitar or play a piano without knowing how to read the music. But I'll tell you what, if you learn how to read the music, you're going to be a better pianist and or guitar player. If you learn how to read your manuals for color, you are going to become an expert colorist. Do you understand? You're going to know how to figure out anything. And we always want to use the imagination. We want to know that our imagination is greater than knowledge. We need to use our thinking mind anytime that we're coloring hair. Okay? And this has all the different colors in there. And of course, you know, my favorite thing is showing how much of yellow, red, and blue is in there. Amazing. And that's what gives you that color. Now, why sometimes can it look like the same amount of yellow, blue, and red, and it gives you a darker or deep? Because it's the level that it's on. Right, there you go. Those are high lift colors. Right, you're at a much bigger level. And these are like straight extra pigments if you needed. I just want you to be able to see them all. And they basically name them. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna basically put down what pigments are in here. What's number one? And of course, like this, you know, I put how much the red, yellow, and blue, it's all equal, right? And then you got your blue ash. Now, why is this important too? So listen, when you're gonna cover up, let's just say you have yellow highlights. They came out too yellow, the outside of a banana instead of the inside of a banana. And that's my favorite go-to when I'm doing highlights. And they're blonde, because listen, people love being blonde. There's such a big, I wanna say, you know, percent of people that love highlights. So we do all kinds of highlights, but I'll tell you what, a good 75% is blondes. People just love to be blonde. So, you know, that's our sweet spot too for our salon. Now, we're always aiming for the inside of the banana, because if that's a white piece of paper, and we don't want it white, we want it vanilla white, okay? So it's not white, and it's not yellow. It's not the outside of the banana. It's that beautiful, creamy, soft vanilla in the inside of a banana. That's what we shoot for. When I do my hair, that's what they're looking for. And I like my hair more blonde. And there was times that I've had it more yellow, but I don't like it so much yellow, even though I'm good with warm colors. But this is why this is important. See, now look, this has blue and purple in it, this iris, this number 2. So if we pick the color out, let's just say 9.2. 9 would be the level. Okay, so we lifted hair up to, like, you know, here, 9 here. And underneath, of course, is your pigment, which would make it more yellow, because it doesn't make it light the way highlight and bleach would make it light with peroxide. It just, the color will pull too much yellow if you do a double process on somebody with a high level lift blonde. But not everybody. Depends on the hair, depends on where you're at, where you want to go, and how much cuticle they have in their hair to do it. However, if you're yellow and you put this blue and purple in there, so I want you to remember what color, if it's yellow and you add blue to yellow, what color are you getting? Green. Okay, and so that's why it's so important to think, do I want something with a 2? No, probably not, unless it's closer to orange yellow. Then I could have some of that 9.2 in there, right? I like to just use a 9.0, and then I'd add a dot of that 9.2 if it had a little more orange in there. But if it was fully yellow, I would go to a more violet. I would like, see, that's fully blue. So this one is really the purple with some blue, but I would just use a dot then of that. I would stay safe, or I'd use a different color line, which most of the time I do. I love to use Wella. And then the other side was a new color in Mask by Davines. That's the brand. So this one is Mask. We use that. We don't use a new color anymore. We did, but it just was very complicated. But this way you could see a number 7 would be something with a little bit of green and yellow. And that's really would kind of be a beige. If you mix a yellow and a green together, it kind of would make like a lightish brown color. And then a 6, here you go, you got your red, you got your mahogany, it's purple and red together. Copper is, what color is copper? Yellow and red make orange, which is a copper color. Okay, and then you got steel. Okay, that's why it's blue and purple mixed again together. It's a 2. They don't really just have violet by itself. Okay, then you got right here, green for number 1, it's ash, and then your neutrals are always equal amount of the 3. That gives you a beautiful neutral. All right, so that is why, make it easy for your team and write down the pigments of your color line and what they are. It is so helpful, and it just helps people to think much more simple and easy. So now, okay, I'm gonna stop there, because this way you could just watch this video, and the next one I'm gonna actually take mannequin heads, all right, and I'm gonna match, let's find her, and then I'm gonna do bangs after that. All right, we're gonna match. How do you match her color? So I will teach you that in the next video. Stay tuned. This is Coach Kimmy. I hope you're enjoying learning about color, how to become an expert colorist. This is Coach Kimmy. Have a great day.